Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up and comment down below. And y'all, it's still a countdown. It is 8 days left till Halloween. I know. Oops, y'all. It's something in my eye and it's doing that. Y'all, I know I've been slacking. My bad, y'all. It's just a real big my bad because y'all, my birthday is coming up, so it's like I'm trying to plan I'm doing too much for my birthday this year. Like, not too much in a bad way, it's a good thing, but I'm trying to plan a trip, and I'm like doing some other stuff when I come back home. So I'm doing something in LA that weekend of the 10th or 11th, whatever it is. So y'all stay tuned because I'm gonna post a flyer, so if you want to come out, you can come out. But y'all, so I'm sorry, I'm just doing so much, it was hard for me to keep up, y'all. Sorry. But anyway, I'm back and let me go ahead and give y'all a video. So y'all can see by the title, I don't know what the title is, but this story time is about crazy, y'all. It made me remember from the last story time. If you watch my last story time, if you haven't, make sure you watch it. I have mentioned something like in there and I was like, oh, it's gonna be the next story. So as promised, it's gonna be the next story. So let's get into it. So this story took place back in, when did me and Crazy start dating? Was it 15? Yeah, 2015. Okay, so this story took place back in 2015, like around the time me and Crazy met. Well, started dating or whatever like this. So this was in October. Well, we didn't start dating in October, but this took place in October. So y'all, my cousin had hit me up and she was just like, what you doing? This was normal. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of stories about her, y'all, but I haven't been there yet since we was kids, like grew up together. So she hit me up like, what you doing or whatever, blah blah blah. So I'm like, oh, I'm not doing it. So what you doing? Like, I'm at my grandpa's house and we having like a barbecue and all this other stuff. You should come through. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I end up going through over there, right? So I pull up, I'm over there, we just chilling, talking, kikiing and all this other stuff. So while we talking and stuff, she was telling me like, oh, you remember my friend? We're gonna give her friend the name Cheese. And the reason why her name is Cheese is because she used to smell like cheese, y'all. And if you know what I'm talking about, like, y'all know like the cheese that be on the corn, like, oh my god, it's so good, but the shit stinks so bad. Like, she used to smell just like that. It was a weird ass smell. I used to be like, why the hell does girl smell like cheese? But anyway, she's like, you remember my homegirl Cheese? So I'm like, yeah. So she was like, Cheese is coming over, like she about to be staying with me for a little while because she got kicked out, all this other stuff like that. So I'm like, oh my god, like, yeah, I remember her, da 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 da. So I'm gonna have some more stories with Cheese from when we was younger, but I had to tell y'all this story. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, like, that's cool or whatever. So Cheese come. Mind y'all, I've known Cheese through my cousin because this was my cousin's homegirl. So I knew her through my cousin. We never hung out outside of my cousin, but we hung out quite a few times when we was younger and shit like that. So at this point, we grown. So Cheese come over or whatever. We just talking, all this other stuff like that. And she was just like, how you been? I be seeing you on Instagram, like, you be looking cute. Oh, you be doing your own hair, da da da. We just talking about a whole bunch of stuff, like, oh, we got to hang out. So I'm like, yeah, you about to be staying with my cousin, so yeah, we about to be linking, like, you know, we gonna catch up, like, we grown now, so now we really gonna be having fun. Like, we just talking all this shit, right? Whatever. So time go by, and mind y'all, Cheese told me she seen me on Instagram. So I had asked her, I'm like, oh, what's your Instagram? Because sometimes, you know, somebody could follow you and it's like, I didn't see when you came follow me. I don't want you to think I'm just not following you back. So I'm asking her, what's her Instagram? So Cheese told me her Instagram. So I sent a request because her page is private, right? I requested to be Cheese friend back when this happened, right? And now at this point, this is like probably when me and, oh, I was gonna say his name, because I was in my DMs trying to, you know how in your DMs you could type in certain words and find stuff. So I was in my DMs just before I start this story because I was trying to find the screenshots and I cannot find them and I'm so mad. But if I find them by the time, I'll put them in. But yeah, so that's what I was gonna say his name, because I was typing it in and y'all, it brought up so many stories. I was typing a crazy name and I'm like, oh, I got so many for y'all because I used to stay getting into it with people in my DMs about him. But anyway, so this is like when me and Crazy was just talking, like when the whole barbecue shit happened. So now at this point it's October. This like 2 months later, like a month or two later, it's October and me and Crazy is actually dating. So it's like probably like a week or so, I don't know, it's some days before Halloween, like a week or so, 2 weeks, I don't know. So my cousin hit me up. She like, hey girl, like, what you doing? Like, we in traffic right now, I could come pick you up, you don't even gotta waste your gas to drive your car. I'm with Cheese and her homegirl. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like, pick me up, like, I'm down, like, I ain't got nothing to do, pick me up. So she like, all right, cool. So she told me like our other homegirl's about to come. She just called me. So like when they was on the way, she was telling me like her other homegirl, like from that we grew up with too, called her, well, that she grew up with, that I know through her, called her. She was like, yeah, she finna she want to come too, so I'm about to pick her up before I pick you up. So I'm like, okay. So the other homegirl's in the front seat, Cheese and her homegirl in the back seat. So I hop in the back seat or whatever. We in the car, and Cheese homegirl, she just like, oh hi, like hey girl, whatever. Like, and I'm just like, hey, like nice to meet you. I'm already lit. So they like, y'all, let's go get something to drink. So all of us is under 21. So I'm like, damn, where we about to get a bottle from? So Cheese homegirl was like, oh, one of my tricks on the liquor store, and he'll let us get a bottle. And so we like, okay, let's go up in there. Like, let's get us some alcohol. We finna get a whole bunch of shit. You said he owned a liquor store. So we head over to this liquor store. We drive, and we went to Hawthorne, right? While we pull up to the liquor store, I don't know why she said her trick, because clearly he was just a customer, and because he was not letting us get shit for free. He told us like, y'all could get alcohol without an ID, but y'all not getting shit for free. Because we up in the car talking about, oh, we finna get this. She like, girl, yeah, run up the tab. He don't give a fuck. Like, he fuck with me, da 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 da. He always let me come up in there. Why he didn't even let her get shit for free? So I have money on me. So y'all, this is when I was like Ciroc crazy. So I give me a bottle of Ciroc. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give me some peach Ciroc or whatever. So I give me some Ciroc. They looking to see what they finna get, because Cheese and her homegirl trying to piece up. My cousin and her homegirl, they like, my cousin already was finna drink off my bottle, because I'm like, I'm in your car. You, even though you was gonna be in traffic regardless if I'm here or not, you're not asking me for gas, so you know, you could drink off my bottle. And her homegirl, she didn't really drink like that, but you know, like if she wanted some, she could have some too. So Cheese and her homegirl, they trying to figure out what they finna drink or whatever. Y'all know it wasn't a Four Loko, because Four Lokos had went by at this time, but y'all know those little cheap little canned liquors or whatever. They had end up getting one of those to share. Mind y'all, it's a personal canned liquor. I don't even remember which brand it was, but they got one of those to share. Mind y'all, when we was in the car, Cheese and her homegirl was big talking big money and all this other stuff, but I guess. So we get up to the register. I'm getting snacks and all that other stuff. They like talking to each other, like discussing. She like, oh, I want some chips. So they trying to figure out which chips they could both get to share, because they didn't have money like that. And I'm just thinking like, how y'all don't got the bare minimum? Like, y'all ain't got at least, because their can of drink is like the cheap ass can. So it was probably like $2. Like, y'all don't got at least $10 to get something to drink and some snacks. Like, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, I get my stuff. They get their stuff, because I'm not about to offer to give y'all no money. That's not what I'm gonna do. So they get their stuff and we leave out or whatever. Now we in the car and we just talking, we drinking, all this other stuff. So I had posted this video, as y'all can see right here. I posted it probably like 2 days before. So Cheese was like, girl, I'm gonna have to come to your house and get my hair done, because I see you got all this weave hair. Y'all, I used to keep my weave hair in drawers, and it look crazy right there, but I used to just throw it up in there or whatever. So she like, you got all that hair, like, can you do my hair, da da da. So I'm like, yeah girl, like I want to practice on somebody, so yeah, you could come through, you could have some of my old hair, like I don't care. She like, oh okay, cool. So then she was telling me like, girl, guess what I do now? So I'm like, what do you do? So she was like, y'all be telling me, you can say words, no, y'all don't understand. YouTube pick and, I know other creators say stuff, but YouTube literally pick and choose when they want to limit your ads and stuff like that, when it like demonetize you. They literally pick and choose. So that's why sometimes I'll be like, damn, can I say it? Can I not say it? I don't know. But she told me basically that she be like, I'm gonna say it fast, she be hoeing. Okay, anyway, YouTube don't be saying that to me. But anyway, so she told me like, that's what you be doing now. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. You know, I don't judge nobody. That's your life, whatever. So her homegirl was like, yeah, me too, bitch, me too. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's what's up. You know, why are y'all telling me? Because if y'all trying to recruit me, the answer is no. So anyway, so she just talking and she was like, yeah, like, I'm trying to look for me a new P, because my old one, like, I'm just not trying to fuck with him no more. Like, every time he would tell me he gonna do stuff for me, he would never do it for me. Like, he'd take my money and not pay for me to get nothing done, and I'm out here looking crazy, and he complained about me not having enough money, or the other girls looking better than me, but he's not giving me no money to get my hair done and stuff like that. She was like, yeah, so can you do my hair? Basically asked me, can I do her hair so she could look cute and find her a new one. She was like, because it's more girls on the blade nowadays, and they look better than her. They can come in outside more presentable, so ain't nobody even worried about her like that. I don't know. So or maybe somebody did roll up on her and probably was like, girl, why you smell like that? I don't know. But I'm just like, oh, girl, I got you. Yeah, come over. I got a lot of hair. I just want to practice on somebody anyway, so come through. So she like, yes, thank you, girl. So her homegirl was like, oh my God, let me find out. I'm going to have to get in on that. So I'm like, okay, girl, I'll give you a discount, because, bitch, I'm talking to Cheese because, mind y'all, like I said, from prior when I had just seen Cheese, I knew that her situation, like she got kicked out. At this point, she's still staying with at this point, she's still staying with my cousin. So I know her situation a little bit is not so good at the moment. And I knew growing up, she didn't really have the best life, you know? So I didn't mind giving her no free hair, but yo, homegirl, bitch, you could pay something. Because no, this ain't just, because at this point, y'all need to go and bring it back to me. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so I'm just like, all right, whatever. So we rolling around. She talking about all this money she be making, which is wild to me because y'all literally just was trying to figure out how to split the bill down the middle in a liquor store. But whatever. So we talking. So they was like, oh, so my cousin was like, oh, y'all remember this one boy? So it was this one boy that we used to just be cool with. He used to throw parties and all that other shit by her house. So he was kind of my little boo. I ain't even gonna lie. We used to have, y'all know how people, y'all had a little chemistry and maybe kiss once or twice, but it never go nowhere. Anyway, so yeah, so she was like, remember him? So I'm like, oh yeah. So she's like, let's pull up on him. So I'm like, dang, I ain't seen him in a minute. But y'all, mind y'all, I got a man now. But it was never nothing like that. Anyway, so we go pull up on him, right? And mind y'all, Cheese and the homegirl of Francie, she don't need no name. She don't need no name. It was a situation like when we was younger. It was some weird shit. But she really don't need a name in this story. Like, I just can't think of one to give her. So she really don't need a name. But Cheese and her, we all know each other. So they all knew this was my little boo back in the day. Anyway, so we go over to his house or whatever. We pull up, we just talking. He has some homies there or whatever. So he just talking to me and we just doing a little kiki back and forth like, oh, how you been? Okay, I see you grown up now. It's been a few years. Yeah, you see me. Okay. Nah, nah, nah. You know, just the back and forth kiki in it. So Cheese come over there and she just like, damn, like to the boy. Like, let's just say his name was like, I don't know. He don't need a name. So let's just, whatever his name was. So she was just like, damn, like, look at you all grown up. Like, oh my God, you buff now. Like, squeezing his arms like, you buff. And he just like, yeah, y'all was just little raggedy little girls. Not talking about me though. Not me, but them. So he like, y'all was just raggedy little girls. And they just like, fuck you, da 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 da. Because mind you, at this time, I was 19 and my cousin and Cheese was 18. So y'all was either 19, 20 or about, no, yeah, 19 about to be 20. So they either probably was 19 or 18. Shit, I don't fucking know. But I was about to be 20 anyway. So he like, yeah, da da da. And he was older than us, so we just talking stuff. So Cheese all up on him. So Cheese like, what's your Instagram? Like, what's your Instagram? We need to keep in touch. So she exchanged Instagrams with him and he like, okay, I just sent you a request. When he said that, it reminded me, Cheese, you still ain't accepting my friend request, y'all. But mind y'all, at this point, Cheese is following me. This is why I'm dating crazy, dude. Like, when we, at this point, we're dating. Like, and I posted him because I remember he was so thirsty. Like, when we first started talking, like, well, first made official, he was like, post me on your Instagram and let the world know. And it was so much drama with his baby mama, y'all. He used to cause drama. Like, he knew what he was doing when he had me do that shit. It was just. Anyway, so yeah, so she talking and she like, okay, I just accept you. So I said, girl, you never accepted me. Like, she was like, oh yeah, my bad, I got you, I'm gonna accept you. So I'm just thinking like, this girl's weird as fuck. So anyway, we over there, we talking, she just all up on him. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull back up on you, talking to the boy, like, I'm gonna pull back up on you, I'm gonna pull back up on you. So he like, okay, Cheese, what you on now? She was like, you know I be hoeing. Like, I was gotta say it fast. She's like, you know I be hoeing. So he like, oh, okay, like, that's cool, I guess. Like, he really was just so confused to why the fuck she said that. She's like, yeah, like, I'm grown now. Like, I'm grown now. I can show you what this mouth do. And I'm just standing there like, bitch, we was kikiing about our old little fling. Like, what is you doing? Cause she just over there talking to the other boys. Like, everybody was like talking to each other, but me and him really was like not off to the side, but like, you know, like they right here, we right here type thing. But Cheese came over there into our little thing talking about now she could show him what her mouth do. She the throat goat. She didn't say she was the throat goat, but she just said all these little terms like superhead ain't got nothing on her, like call her Slurpiana. She didn't say all that, but you know, basically she's saying all this stuff. So I'm just like, girl, like, you know, I'm like, girl, because I don't want to do too much. At the same time, I ain't seen this boy in years. It ain't nothing like that. And I had a man, like, you know, so yeah, so she's saying all that. So he like, okay, like, you grown up. But it was so awkward though. Like, he just like, okay, like, yeah, like, okay, I guess. She like, yeah, no, for real, because I always had a little crush on you, like, but I could really show you now, like, I'm grown now. Yeah, like, I won't even charge you neither. And he was all like, girl, get your little ass. Y'all need to get y'all young asses away from here. Like, now he's saying that because it's like, girl. And I'm just like laughing, like, she can't be serious. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, I ain't seen this nigga in years. So she just still talking to him. So then he's like basically start just talking to me. Like, basically, I hear you, but I don't really care what you talking about. So he's talking to me. He's just like, so what's up with you? Like, you got a nigga now? Like, how you been? Da 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 da. Where'd you end up going? Like, why you stop coming around? Even when, like, because my cousin and him used to live right by each other. But when she moved, he was like, I came, like, to see him, like, once or twice after she moved. But he was like, why you stop coming by? Like, da da da. Like, we just talking and stuff like that. So Cheese was like, oh, I see. Okay. Simone, get him in. And I'm just, like, laughing. But I'm just thinking, like, bitch, you already knew it was up when you walked up over here talking about you was going to get him that Glock 3000. You seen what was going on. So why is you telling get him in? Like, what? Girl, I been got him. If I wanted him. But anyway, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, so we talking or whatever. She ended up going over there to the other group of people. And I hear her loud. Y'all know I'm a hoe. Yo, why are you killing everybody? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe, oh, she did say she was looking for a new piece. So maybe that's what she was putting in the air. Like, hey, and then y'all. I don't know. So she just kept saying, like, her homegirl wasn't even too much on that, y'all, but she just was on it. I just kept hearing it. He just laughed like, her ass is crazy. I'm like, right. But we just talk. I'm like, yeah, but we've been drinking, da da da. So we stayed over there for like a cool minute. Like, it was cool. Then eventually, like, we was like, okay, let's go, because somebody else hit my cousin's, the one that was in the front seat, her other homegirl, somebody hit her up, like a boy she had hit up first. So she like, okay, let's go, because now we finna go pull up on somebody else. Y'all know how I used to be in traffic, like, we still gonna pull up on people. And it's crazy because my cousin still be on that same bullshit and be having the nerve to try to call me. Girl, I'm not on that no more. We is grown now. I'm not trying to be in traffic. We all hit up different niggas waiting on each one to hit, and then we go pull up on each one and then see who's the funnest and then pull off if they boring. And no, or maybe come back to the last people. Where I'm not, no. Girl, what? No. But she really be having the nerve, like, you trying to get in traffic. Girls, you dumb? You crazy? No. So anyway, we end up leaving. We end up pulling up on some other boys or whatever. These boys, we didn't know. This was like somebody, she knew this was like her boo. Mind you, this is her boo. She said this in a car, like, yeah, this my little boo. I be messing with him from time to time. We're not together though, da da da. Tell me why Cheese all up on this nigga. All up on this nigga. She on him. Like, oh, you cute. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da. So why y'all not together? Y'all fucked before? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, she just on him. And it was just so weird to where it was like, it was awkward. But now my cousin, she real outspoken, so she getting into it with Cheese now. So cause she don't play about that one homegirl. Like, Cheese is her friend, but the other girl was like, they was like close, like best friends damn near at this time. So she getting into it with Cheese, like, Cheese, bitch, sit your ass down. Don't nobody care about you hoeing. Like, da 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 da. Like, they just get into it, and I'm just sitting there like, So then the one boy gonna come to me like, so y'all all hoes? Boy, no. I said, only them two. Only them two. Yeah, like, he's like, oh, okay, no disrespect. I was just asking, like, she's screaming it, you know. I just wanted to ask, like, is y'all all 304s? And I'm just like, nah, just them, like, this them. And no offense to none of my 304s that be watching these videos and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't judge you. That's your life. But like I said, that just wasn't what I was doing. So yeah, so she just like kept screaming it. I don't know why everywhere we went this bitch screaming. Like, even when we had ended up leaving and we eventually went back to the liquor store again, like, we ended up, because after we left these group of guys, we went to the liquor stores because this one boy was like, oh, can you get some this, that, and the third? Like, he had some more drink and he just told us to get like some chasers and shit. So we went to the liquor store and it was like niggas in the liquor store and shit like that. Mind you, these was like older men, like not even anybody worried about us. She up in there talking about, oh, I could be on the blade right now. He was over there like in the store just screaming, I could be on the blade right now. The blade probably jumping. Our homegirl like, bitch, the blade probably is jumping. And we here. And they like, So my cousin like, well, if I take you to the blade, I'm gonna get some money. Like, you gonna have to bring me back some money because you ain't got nobody else you taking it back to. And she like, girl, no. If you really start taking me and picking me up, I will break you off because I make so much money a night. You make so much money. But again, like I said, they was splitting the bill at the liquor stop. Had to share a can. Mind you, I ended up giving him some of my Ciroc because, y'all, I did used to drink a lot back then, but, like, I wasn't finna drink that whole bottle by myself. And y'all know Ciroc is cheap, so it's like I had a big bottle for, you know, like, so I was sharing with them. Anyway, but she like, yeah, the blade be jumping, but she loud. She want everybody to know. It's like she really want the whole store to know, but nobody was paying her no attention while I was in there. So anyway, we ended up pulling up on the next boy, right? So we pulling up on the boy, but mind y'all, this boy is Cheese homegirl's person that she had us pull up on. So he just talking about like some real trying to just some shit, like he trying to just knock us all. Like, no. So my cousin, she just like, well, y'all could stay here if that's what y'all want to do. But then she started talking to him like, nah, she my hoe now. Like, she told me that if I take her, he was like, I was gonna try to get you, but you talk about some. So she like, no, okay, who gonna pay? No, so what's the choosing fee? Like, it was just some weird ass shit going on. Well, not weird, because if that's your life in your world, it's not weird, but just the way that conversation was going with that boy, because mind y'all, the Cheese homegirl was saying like, this is like, she was like, she wants to pull up on this boy. By the time we got to his house, because mind y'all, I'm not the driver, so I have no say so where we're going. Clearly, I mean, I could say take me home, but I didn't care. Like, I was out the house, I didn't give a fuck what I was doing. Plus, like I said, I was dating crazy. He used to be in the field or in the sheets with a bitch. I don't know. He was never, I mean, he'll be around. We had a weird relationship. Like, I don't know. He was always busy for the most part until I was trying to leave him. Then he had so much time to be around me. But anyway, so I know y'all probably think like, when do crazy come in? But wait, just wait. Just wait. He's gonna come in. So yeah, anyway, so Cheese homegirl had us put up on this boy. Mind y'all, she was saying like this was like some boy that she used to like mess with or messed with. I don't know. And by the time when we got to his house, that's when she started telling us like, oh yeah, he be getting all this money. And she was basically telling Cheese like, yeah, we could try to see if he'll be ours. Like, you know, if we could join the winning team with him, all this other shit, right? So now I'm just thinking like, you know, so we go up in the house. Well, I can't technically say a house because it was a garage with the door open, but it had furniture in it. So anyway, we go up in his house, his home. We go in the home, and yeah, and that's when he was talking, and my cousin, she over there telling him like, nah, this my bitch now. No, both of them my bitches, so I'm gonna need a fee. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, you is crazy. Like, so I'm just laughing. Me and her other homegirl, we just laughing at them. And mind y'all, this is what I was saying, yeah, because Cheese homegirl was making like he got the baddest bitches. He got the baddest bitches. This is how Cheese homegirls describe him. He got bad bitches on his team. Oh, so after Simone do your hair and do my hair, oh, he really gonna want us. He is just a young fly nigga. He this, he that, he that, he that. I'm thinking we finna pull up on a young fly nigga, right? This boy had liquor store drawers on. If you know what the liquor store drawers is. And at that time, liquor store drawers was done for too. So you can't say, oh, girl, it's 2015. It's okay. No. He had liquor store drawers on. Liquor store drawers. Even though those liquor store drawers, they do make them. I seen like Calvin Klein or something like that have some. But don't buy those. Why would you buy those? Don't buy them. Don't buy that style. Because that's a turnoff. So he had on them liquor store drawers, and y'all, he was just dressed so dirty. Like, he was dusty as shit. He needed a haircut like months ago. He was not it. He wasn't giving what they was talking about. So then he's talking to my cousin. Mind y'all, they talking about the whole, this my bitch. Oh, okay, well, yeah, no, you need to get them together because look how they looking right now. And they busting in. And she like, my cousin finna do their hair. Simone finna do their hair. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hook their hair up. So he like, oh, okay. Because look at my bitches. He's showing a picture. And my cousin took the phone, and she just so blunt. She just like, nigga, this bitch is dirty. This house is ugly. She just laughed like, what the fuck? Look at this bitch. He like, nah, calm down. Y'all don't do my bitch like that. My bitch is a bad bitch. She makes money. Like, my bitch be bringing in money. Like, my bitch, that's really gonna get us rich. We damn near rich. So now my cousin really like, nigga, look where you live. You talking all this. And I'm just thinking like, here she go. Cause she be quick to argue with people. And I be like, I don't have time for it. She gonna get us into some shit, y'all. Cause she gonna argue with people. She gonna argue with. So now she arguing with this nigga. And she showing us this girl. So I'm looking like, so he like, say my bitch not bad. Say my bitch not bad. And I'm just like, I can't lie and say that she is. Like, don't ask me. Like, really, do not ask me. So they looking, and Cheese homegirl like, she is bad. Like, no, his other girls, like, all the girls, they are bad. You really gotta see them out there on the blade. They be bad. So she said, Cheese, you know the one girl, that be dressed like this, that. And she's like, oh, no, they're bad. They're bad. Mind you, this picture was bad. Like, so I'm sitting here like, I don't know. Maybe was just a bad angle or something. Maybe they took this off a bad phone or something. Maybe outside she be looking good, because this picture was horrible. Like, hair, not even saying like she was just in the face horrible, but it was like the clothes, it was giving dingy. The hair was giving everything was just bad. Like, it was bad. So now he trying to show us more pictures. Look, they was just getting worse. You know when somebody try to show you more and it's just getting worse. Like, it was getting worse. It was like, bro, please stop. You're not gonna redeem yourself. Like, this girl is not, she ain't what you pumping her up to be. But I like it though. I like that though. Like, pump her up. But so now she arguing with him though. Like, look where you live. That bitch ain't bringing no money. And he like, and these bitches bringing money? You look at these bitches. These hoes ain't bringing in no motherfucking money because they ain't even got their hair done. And now she like, but my cousin's gonna do their hair. So he like, well, when they get their hair done, I see. And maybe I might just take them. And then she like, you would never. Like, they really going back and forth. And it's like, girl, why are you going back and forth with this nigga? Like, you are not these girls', let's say, manager. You're not these girls' manager. Like, girl, what are you doing? So after they go and get into it, it really would be like this, because she'll be getting into it with somebody, and if she find the person that's gonna get into it with her back, we really gonna be sitting there. So I'm just like, so I'm just texting my man like, baby, like, I'm gonna see you. Like, I'm drunk. I'm gonna come see you tonight. I'm just telling him everything. I used to tell him my every move. So I'm telling him though, right? So I'm telling him like, yeah, I'm with these hoes and my cousin and her homegirl, and we this and that. And now we at this person's house and this person's house, and he just like shaking my head, y'all. Mind y'all, let's pay attention to this. Shaking my head. Oh, those the type of people you want to be around? I'm like, these are my friends. You know, I don't judge nobody. That's their lifestyle. They ain't got nothing to do with me. How they live their life ain't got nothing to do with how I live my life. Like, you know, potato. Like, so he like, oh, if that's the type of people you want to be around, and you wonder why my friends be saying this, y'all, because I tell y'all, he had this one homeboy that did not like me at all. He used to say the crazy shit, but every time I would ask him, he'd be like, he just don't want to see us. He don't want to reminisce. He don't want to, cause me and the homie had chemistry. And remember I told y'all, a homie that me and him had a bond with back in the day, and I told y'all, I said oops, wrong person. I told y'all when Crazy hit me up, Crazy knew about the situation with me and him, and he clearly didn't care. And why should I care if he don't care? But he used to stay so insecure and bring it up, and the boy used to always say little stuff too. But then when I confront the boy, he'd be like, I didn't say that. He's just so jealous because he know how our bond was. He knew how we rocked. Okay, whatever. You said that shit, bitch. Anyway, so he's just talking all this shit about the people I'm with, whatever, right? So after they end up arguing, I end up going home, right? So now, fast forward, it's Halloween night. It's Halloween, fast forward. So this is when shit starts to get... So fast forward, it's Halloween night, right? So my cousin hit me up like, hey, what you doing? It's a Shake That Ass for the Devil party tonight. It probably wasn't called that, but if you from LA, I don't know, other cities probably used to have that, but we used to have crazy party names. Like, it would be Shake That Ass for Santa. On Christmas Day was a Shake That Ass for Santa party. It would be like Shake That Ass for St. Patrick. Like, you know, like Toot That Shit for it's like Toot That Shit for the Easter Bunny. Like, it used to be crazy stuff. So probably that day probably was a Shake That Ass for the Devil party. Like, I don't know. So she was like, you want to come? Like, you down? Like, we gonna go there tonight. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm down. I got me a costume and all that. So I'll post a picture for me from Halloween. That was me. Anyway, and I told my other homegirl, because she was hitting me up like, what am I doing? So I told her like, bitch, they gotta toot that ass for the devil tonight. You better come through. Like, hey, you better lay low. So I told her like, girl, you better come. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna come with my other friends or whatever like that, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go with my cousin, so I'm gonna already be there. So she told me, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna be with Cheese, and Cheese homegirl, and the same people was the same people. So I'm like, all right, let me know. I'm gonna get ready right now. So I got dressed. My man is already asking me like, you gonna be with me tonight? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be with you after this party. And y'all already know my man got kids, so he about to be trick-or-treating, which he told me he was gonna be doing, but clearly he was doing some other things, I guess. Yeah, he was. Yep, because when that bitch hit me up, she was like, and I was with him on Halloween. And I'm like, but I spent the night with him on Halloween. You know, just a... Anyway, so yeah, so he told me like, okay, yeah, when you done with your friends or whatever, let me know. I'm gonna be at my friend's house. They had a whole little kickback with bitches. Like, why you couldn't call us? Why you couldn't have me there with my friends? Which, good thing he didn't, but you gonna see. You gonna see. No, if he did it, maybe it would have been like, all right, let's finish. So anyway, so she come pick me up, right? She picked me up, same people. So we go pull up to the party or whatever. It was in Hawthorne. It was like on Hawthorne Boulevard at some place. I don't know. So anyway, we pull up or whatever, and we pulled up there. She was like, oh, it's a lot of tricks out tonight. Like, that's what Cheese and her homegirl said. She was like, let's make some money tonight. So I'm like, So my cousin like, okay, well, I'm gonna go take them to wherever it is they went to go stand at. Cause I don't know, I guess it is I don't know. Anyway, so she was like, I'm gonna go take them to the Blade or whatever. She was like, so y'all could go in the party. So me and the other girl went into the party. Me and our other homegirl, we went into the party or whatever. She took Cheese and the homegirl. They left. She was like, I'm gonna drop them off and I'm gonna come back. Cause I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm gonna get in the party now. Because y'all know it be one price at a certain time and another price at a certain time. And I'm not about to just be driving around. It's Halloween. It's no, that's not what I'm about to do. I wanted to come to the party. I wanted to come to my shit for Michael Myers. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I was like, okay, so yeah. And her homegirl was sitting there too, like, bitch, it's Shake That Ass for Jason tonight. I'm in there. So we went up in there. We like, fuck what y'all doing. Yeah, go drop her off cost when you come back. Because by the time you get back over here, the price is going to be different. It's going to be packed. Like, no, we trying to get up in there. So we go up in there. We in there. We just having fun. My homegirl ended up coming. So we up in there. We good. So next year, my cousin was gone for a long ass time. Like, a long ass time. We up in there so long to where we forgot about her. She's not even hitting us or nothing. Like, she eventually ended up hitting us up and was just like, I'm irritated, but these bitches finna give me all this money, so I'm cool. I'm gonna just stay over here with them because they want me to stay over here. How you gonna watch them? What is you gonna do if somebody do something to them? Hit them with the car? What is you gonna do? But whatever, I guess. So anyway, we like, fuck what they talking about. We do not care. So we up in the party. She like, yeah, just let me know if y'all ready before I get back to y'all. So we like, whatever. And plus my homegirl was there, so she could have just took me home if that was the case or whatever. So we up in there, we having fun, you know, like, hey, bounce that ass for a skeleton, hey, bounce that ass for a skeleton, you know, the good songs. That's when YG used to really be on his shit. And y'all, we just up in there having a good old time. So now it was like some shit going down. I'm the type of person, like, because when I was younger, I used to be at parties till the party ended. Y'all, I didn't care what time it was. I don't care what time I was supposed to be home. I'm not leaving until everybody else is leaving because that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, but nowadays I peep shit, and when I feel like the vibe is off, I'm ready to go. So I felt like the vibe was off, and at this point, her other homegirl that was in the party with me, she was drunk as fuck because she ended up seeing this boy she talked to, so he buying her drinks. He was buying all of us drinks actually, but I wasn't drinking that much anyway because I'm like, I don't want to go sloppy drunk to my man later because he already be tripping and shit, you know, so I ain't trying to be too sloppy drunk. So she was drunk, so, and plus, so I'm like trying to watch her because, you know, she's with me, you know, she's cool, but she's really like faded, like she's faded. So I'm like, all right, it's time for us to go. Plus I'm starting to peep, it was like shady. The boy she was with wasn't on no weird shit though, because even when I was like, yeah, she too drunk, he like, yeah, get her home, like, yeah. So I'm like, all right. So I end up calling my cousin, like, we need to go, like, homegirl is drunk, like, and plus I'm not feeling no more, no way. So it was perfect timing. Like, her sloppy drunk kicked in right when I was feeling paranoid, so it was cool. But we was there for like a cool amount of time, like probably like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, probably 3, who knows. So my homegirl, she waiting in the parking lot, we talking. It was a taco truck right there. Y'all know what we did. We got some tacos. I bought her tacos, like, come on, eat, try to eat. So she waiting with us until my cousin came back. Was sitting in her car or whatever. So next thing you know, my cousin pulled back up and she's by herself. Cheese and the other girl's not with her. So I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have to go back and get them. But I'm like, at this point I didn't care because I'm still texting my man and he's not ready for me yet. So I need to kill time anyway, cause y'all, they was gonna drop me off to him. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we hop in the car. Her homegirl hop in the front seat because I'm like, she was sick and I'm like, it's better for her to be in the front seat. She started getting sick and throwing up, so it was better for her to be in the front seat anyway, because it's like, I don't want you to be in the back seat and then you accidentally turn over and throw up on me or something, even if you are by the door. So it's just better for you to be in the front seat. If you gotta throw up, go out that window. Stop, let her do, you know, no, she could lay down and really be sleep, knocked down the front seat, cool. So I got in the back. So she like, we gotta go pick up Cheese and her homegirl, like, they is getting money tonight, it's really up tonight, we gotta go get them. So we go to Fig and we go pick them up or whatever. Mind y'all, I didn't even know they was way over there. I thought they was somewhere local, but who knows. So we go pick them up. They looking busted and crusted. So yeah, so they looking busted and crusted because at this time I did not do her hair yet. I was gonna do it the next day. Like, I was gonna do it the day after Halloween because I was gonna do a Halloween day. But when they told me like, oh, we going to this party, I'm like, I don't have time to do your hair. Like, I need to get myself ready and all this other stuff. I can do your hair tomorrow. So she was like, all right. So they looking busted. It's crazy because it's like, you don't know how to at least slick your hair into a ponytail, 2 braids, something. Like, it's not, you don't, I don't know. So anyway, we go pick them up. They looking crusty. They just looking sad as hell. When we pick them up, it's other girls getting picked up. But they kind of being picky with who they trying to get in the car with too at the same time. Because they were saying like, oh yeah, we trying to do a 2-for-1 special. And he's trying to only give us like, I think $20 or some shit for the both of them. They was just hot. So they wasn't trying to get in the car. Like, it was one person, he really was just like following them. It was like a truck. And it was like, yeah, he just keep trying to give us $20 for the both of us to share. And no, because we want at least like, let's say they probably wanted like 40 or 50. However much they wanted, it was under $100 for the both of them, which was wild. Hey, so I don't know how much money. Ooh. I don't know how much money they bring in that day. So anyway, so we ended up picking them up and it was like they done with. So now they like, oh yeah, Cheese like, oh, this nigga I fuck with in the projects, he talking about pull up, they doing some shit in the projects, like they having like a little turn up, like, up in there, like let's go. So I'm like, oh, let's go, like let's go, y'all. And that's when well, this is not when that time, because the song came out before then, but I don't know, I'm like, okay. And I used to always just want to shake that ass in the projects, because when Joe Moses make that song, that pussy wet, huh, I got next, huh, y'all know that song, and it was in the projects, shaking ass in the video. So I always was just like, I'm about to shake my ass in the projects. Like, so this is the perfect opportunity, because when I went to the projects before, it wasn't that time. Like, it was not that time for me to just be dancing and stuff like that, y'all. But this time it's a party. Oh my god, I'm gonna shake my ass in the project. I'm gonna be on top of this car. Like, it's gonna be lit. So I'm like, yes, let's go. So they like, all right. So at this point, my boo hit me back up, but he was at his homeboy house. And that's where I was gonna get dropped off to anyway, because he was like, get dropped off to my homeboy house, because then afterwards we could go to my house or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So y'all, we in the car, like we head over to the projects. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I got time, anyway, because the projects are not far from where his homeboy lives. So we go to the projects, we hop out the car, we out the windows, hey, just popping shit, like on top of the cars, y'all. I'm so mad I don't have none of my old phones. Like, I do, but y'all, why my dumb ass, my old phone that got everything, y'all, my old iPhone 5, and I locked myself out of it, and I did not have nothing stored, and I never reset it. Like, so if I was to eventually, if I knew somebody who knew how to crack the codes or crack phones and get them in, my stuff would still be there, because I never reset, like did a factory reset, because they told me like, oh, if you do it, it'll just erase everything. And I was like, nah, I just never did it, but I still got the phone, because I'm like, I don't want to erase everything. But I locked myself out of it because Crazy used to go through my phone, and I never used to have codes on my phone, but I would hurry up when he come around and put a code on my phone, and I accidentally put the code in wrong, y'all, and I locked my phone. I had to buy a whole new phone that same day. Anyway, back to the story. So we up in the project, we twerk, we having fun, like we just having the time of our life. But my man is calling me, so at this point I gotta go, because it's like, yeah, I'm having fun, you know, I'm living out my wildest dreams, I'm shaking ass in the project. This is what I wanted my whole life, y'all. What? So I'm having fun, but my man is calling, and I want to have more fun. I want to have different type of fun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, y'all, I gotta go, y'all. So I'm like, okay, y'all could come back, but y'all gotta go drop me off, because I gotta go. Mind y'all, like I said, he didn't live that far. And my cousin, she didn't never meet him yet. So she was like, okay, I want to meet this nigga. So yeah, we finna come back. She's like, Cheesy, y'all want to stay? So they like, nah, we gonna come with y'all. Mind y'all, they need to drop baby girl in the front seat off. They need to drop her off, because she is sick. Like, she done threw up everywhere we stopped at. But you know, they just would not drop her off. And I kept saying that, like, why don't we take her to the house or something? And they like, no, because that's back the other way. She's okay, I guess. So anyway, so now we in the car. We turned up, music playing, twerking in the back seat. Like, Cheese just got the whole car smelling like corn cheese and all that shit. Got it smell like elote. Like, it was just crazy. We having a good time. We driving. Now we headed to my man's homie house. So we go over there. We drunk, like, my job, we've been drinking and stuff tonight, like. So we head over there, and I text him, mind you, I told him like, okay, I'm about to be pulling up right here right now. So he told me like, all right, I'm gonna so I'm like, I told him he was there, but he was like, yeah, I went to the store real quick. And he was like, so, and I was staying in my car, but I'm not parked in front of his house, I'm parked like down the street. He was like, so tell me when you pull up, because I'm gonna pull up. So I'm like, we in this type of car, we gonna pull up, all this other shit. And he like, all right, cool, whatever. So when we pulling up, I text him. So she like, where he at? Like, where he at? Like, my cousin like, where he at? Because I want to meet him. So I'm like, she like, tell him to come outside. And I'm like, girl, hold on. So I'm just sitting there, I'm looking like when he pulled up. So I'm telling him. So next thing you know, he pulled up. Baby pulled up in that yaddy, 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 yaddy. So anyways. So he pull up, right? Mind you. Anyway, he's pull up right there, like, so the car's right here, we in the car right here, he pulled up on the car right here, like, we like this way, he this way, he rode and went on down, and my cousin like, what's up, crazy? I heard a lot about you, what's up? Like, okay, all right, I see you. So I'm getting out the car, I'm like, bye y'all, like, that's my man. But I'm talking to my cousin, like, at the same time, because she stopped talking to me. Mind y'all, I'm not even paying attention, because old girl in the front seat opened her door to throw up again. And why I'm not even really paying, I noticed they got out the car, but Cheese and her homegirl got out the car. I'm paying attention, but I'm not paying attention. So mind y'all, what's it called? Crazy homeboy was in the front seat, so he getting out the car. So they hop out the car and they go over there and they just like, what's up? Da 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 da. So now that I'm getting out the car, these bitches is leaned in my man's window like this. It's leaned in the window. I walk up and I was like, crazy girl, I'm like, I walk up and I'm like, Cheese girl, move. Like, this my nigga. Y'all move out the way. Because I don't know if they thought this was a random nigga, because like I said, he pulled up. But no, you heard my cousin saying, because I was like, yeah, he right there. So y'all know this wasn't no just random nigga who just put up on us. So I'm like, girl, move. So I moved him and they just like, oh, okay. Then they start trying to twerk and shit. And he just looking so disgusted. Like, he looking like, ugh, what the fuck? So he like, Simone, get in the car. Like, let's go. So I'm like, all right, bye, y'all. I see y'all. So he like, you drunk? I'm like, no. And I'm stumbling to go over to the passenger seat, and he just looking so disgusted and really rolled his window up, and they just like, like, still just trying to twerk and throw ass and shit. So I'm like, so I hop in the car, right? Right when I hop in the car, he pull off, vroom, fast. So he was like, them bitches is wow. Them the type of bitches you hang out with, like, and which ones was what? And I'm like, it was them two, like, they the ones, like, you know, they had went on a blade. Like, I'm like, my sister took them. They didn't even come to the party with us because they went to go make work, and they didn't even make no money. And they did it, and I'm just over here talking shit to my man, because y'all know you pillow talk to your man. We ain't in the bed yet, but you know, so he just like, oh my god, and those bitches are trash, and da. He's talking so much shit about them, and that's the thing, you just gonna let them put their head in my window? I said, you see me move her out the way. I'm like, I don't know, they must have thought you was somebody random or what, but yeah, he was like, yeah, those them, that's what type of person you are. Because mind y'all, we got together, did we get together in October? I want to say we got together in October. We did. So we still trying to, like, we probably met the month prior. I moved fast, y'all. If y'all could see, when there be timelines when I break up with Crazy and I get with somebody and then we break, then we stop and I get back with Crazy. Yeah, I move fast. Now I don't, but back then I used to move so fast, like, who's next? So anyway, yeah, so he talking so much shit about them. We end up going back to the house, like going to his house, and we, you know, ate, chill, ordered some pizza, watched TV, cuddle, had us a good time, whatever. So I ended up leaving from his house, like, probably like later in the day, probably like 2-ish or whatever, because like I said, I was gonna do their hair. So they come over, I do their hair. I do both their hair or whatever. I used to want to be one of the people, I could do my own hair, but I could not do somebody else's hair. But they liked it. To their liking, they was like, oh, thank you. Like, my cousin had braided them down because I don't know how to braid. I can only braid my hair. So they braid them down, and I was like, okay. So I had sold the weave in. Yeah, did their hair. It was decent, whatever. And the other girl, I think she only gave me like $40. Like, I didn't even charge her that much because I knew they was not making no money. So, but I did Cheese hair for free. I did the other girl for like $40, right? Boom. Now let's fast forward. Y'all, my bad, because I know this story is long as fuck. But I just had to give y'all details, because y'all know I got to give y'all details, because I don't want to just hop in and be like, so the bitch did this, that, and the third. The end. No. So anyway, fast forward. Some few days later, maybe like a week later or whatever, my cousin hit me up. And she's like, mind you, I always post Crazy on my Instagram. I will always post pictures of us, At this time, we didn't have, well, with the baby mama thing, but he would tell me, like, you know how niggas always like to say their baby mamas is crazy and mad because they want their family back, making it seem like they ain't the ones that's over there rockabye babying her and the baby at nighttime, but they is. Trying to make it seem like she the crazy one, but they the ones who's leading her on. You know, we had that type of drama, and I was believing it, y'all. So I would only be the times like his baby mama would sub me or stuff like that. It was never no issues, like, at that point. At that point, it was never no issues. So yeah, he had ended up, yeah, so it was nothing, but I would post him, but it would be never no other girls, y'all. Not knowing Bimbo the whole time was screenshotting shit, waiting for the day to just send it all to me. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, yeah, I wouldn't really have no issues. Like, it would be like, I'll notice I'll get unfollowed or something like that, but it wasn't too much. But I would never post this man's Instagram, and he always used to block me anyway. So one day my cousin had hit me up, like a few days, a week later or whatever. She hit me up and she was just like, what's Crazy's Instagram? So I was like, girl, he don't really post like that. I'm like, but this is Instagram. Like, you know, he don't post like that. She was like, oh, okay. I was just asking. She was like, yeah, I was asking. So what you doing? Like, nah. I'm like, nothing. Like, why y'all haven't gotten traffic? Like, y'all been getting traffic. Y'all don't call me. Y'all haven't been asking me to come. Like, cause you know, I be bored. Cause my man be so busy. So she was like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna hit you next time. I'm like, okay, whatever. But it slipped my mind for why she even wanted to know Crazy's Instagram. So now she hitting me back again later that day. So he got kids. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm telling her. She like, oh okay. So this, that, and the third. So do you be having drama with bitches? So do you think he faithful? When she said that, it was just like, hold on, wait, what? Who? She's like, do you think he faithful? So I'm like, he better be. He spends money. He better be faithful. Shit. Don't take away him. Cause y'all, before Crazy, I was with a crackhead. Let me rewind. Before Crazy, I was with Enemy, and that relationship, I mean, no, it was cool. Enemy did a lot of nice stuff for me. Like I said, he would get money from other females to do stuff for me from time to time. Not all the time. I ain't gonna sit here and lie and make it seem like he was just doing the most. But yeah, it was a lot. So, you know, dealing with somebody who's busy, they getting their own money, they doing this, they not too much. It's not, I don't know, even though he wasn't shit, but still. That's how I stayed in this relationship. Let me just shut up. So anyway, so I'm just like, what do you mean, do I think he faithful? Like, why would you say that? So she's like, I'm just asking, like, do you think he faithful? Like, how long y'all been together? Like, I don't know, I just really don't like him. All of a sudden you don't like him. So I'm like, why don't you like him? Mind y'all, after Halloween, because remember I said they came to get their hair done, she was like, yeah, he cool, okay, I see the car, he got this own car, because Emmy didn't have a car, you used to be the one driving, and I was like, right, you know. So I'm like, why you don't like him? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm asking, like, where is this coming from? And she was like, well, I didn't want to be messy and I didn't want to say nothing because I told her to just leave it alone and stop fucking with him. She was like, but Cheese fuck with Crazy. I said, what? She said, Cheese fuck with Crazy. I said, no the fuck she don't. Like, I immediately defended my man. I said, no the fuck she don't fuck with him. She was like, yeah, she do. She told me the night of Halloween that she fuck with him. Like, when she seen him, that's why she went up to his car. She fucks with Crazy. So I said, no. Because I'm over here, I'm like, this nigga, no. What was, so I'm over there, I'm like, no, she don't. And she like, yes, she do. She told me she fuck with him, That's why I asked for his Instagram, because I was like, let me make sure, like, it's him. She's like, because I don't have no pictures of y'all, like, because I don't just be screenshotting your pictures when you post them, because like I said, I would post them, but then I would delete it, and then I would post it again. Like, it'll be stuff like that. So she like, yeah, she said she fuck with him. Like, she told me he the one she fuck with. And I was like, no, she don't. Like, that bitch is weird. Like, I don't know why she's saying that. Like, she doesn't fuck with my man. So she's like, okay, Simone, like, I'm just trying to tell you, but if you trying to get defensive, like, I'm just letting you know, she fuck with him. She told me she really fuck with him. Like, she about to start getting money for him. So I said, he don't need no bitch to get no money. That nigga gonna get it on his own. He gonna get his money on his own. He don't need no bitch. Now I'm going in, because I'm like, bitch, what is you talking about? Like, who are you talking to? Because I'm like, now I'm telling her, like, he was talking all that shit. He don't even really like me to be around her for real. Like, he like, so what is you talking about? He do not know her. So now she like, mind you, this, let me just say, my cousin is not she my cousin, but my mom and her, like, I have a few relatives that it's like my mom, it's through my mom's friendships, y'all, and stuff like that. So anyway, she's just like, bitch, don't get attitude with me. I'm just trying to let you know she fuck with him. And she was like, she told me he got this car. I said, okay, and y'all seen it when he pulled up. And she like, okay. And she was like, in this, and she just said like something, he got these kids. So she said stuff that she already had asked me questions about. So I'm like, it's not making sense. It's not adding up. So she's like, yeah, she said he lived like on this side of town. When she said that, I was like, hold on. But I had to think back. So now I'm like, okay, when we was in the car on Halloween, I said, you might have to drop me off at his homie house or on this side of town where he live at. So I'm like, so that's probably where she got that from. Like, I'm really just so defensive. I'm like, no, I'm not even hitting him up, nothing yet. So I'm like, no, she doesn't know him. So she like, I'm just saying what she told me, girl. Like, she said she know him. She said she already blanked him. She was like, but I don't know. Like, I'm gonna get more info for you, because I'm gonna just get more info and let you know. So I'm like, yeah, do that. do that. Because at this point, I'm thinking, like, this bitch is weird. So I'm over here talking to my homegirls, like, yeah, this weird ass bitch. So I got the screenshots of my cousin, and I'm just like, yeah, this shit's weird. But I'm not about to hit him with none of this shit yet, right? So next, you know, she come back. She was like, she started describing stuff in this man's room. Like, oh, she said that his bed is like this, that, and the third. So mind y'all, he don't post on Instagram like that. He is one of them people that do not post. Like, you're not finna know too much about him unless you hear from somebody else or you hear from him. He do not post. Like, he not the type to put his business out there. Like, however he gonna get his money and do whatever he do, he gonna do that shit in silent, which is the type of people I like. Don't let the world know. The world don't need to know everything about you. Like, whether it's legal or illegal. Like, nobody needs to know every single move about you. That's how people plot on you. But anyway, so she started describing shit. I'm like, now my heart dropped. My heart dropped to my pinky toe. I said, hold up, wait a minute. So I said, what's her Instagram again? Because at this point, I'm like, I don't be seeing her post. So what's her Instagram again? So she told me her Instagram. She was like, girl, don't even try to say I said anything. You could say you found out through another way. I didn't want to be messy, but like, I did want to tell you because you know you my cousin at the end of the day. So I'm like, all right, what's her Instagram? So I go, I see she still never accepted my Instagram request. Still never accepted it this whole time. So I'm like, all right, I'm finna still message this bitch. I messaged her. I said, bitch, I came off aggressive. Like, I didn't even say, hi, hello, hey, cheese. Just want to ask you a few questions. No, I came off aggressive. I'm sending the screenshots now to him. I'm sending the screenshots. I said, nigga, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm going in. I'm just like, okay, nah, hold up. So I'm hitting her up and I'm just like, bitch, like, you fuck with my nigga? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, when you seen him on Halloween, mind you, I've not talked to this girl in so long. You've been following me, so you seen me post him. When you seen me that day when y'all pulled up on me and we went to the liquor store and y'all was trying to figure out how y'all was gonna spend $10 because y'all didn't have it at the liquor store, you could have told me, like, hey girl, I be seeing you post this boy on Instagram, like, not sure if that's your man's or not, but I fuck with him. Like, you could have told me that, right? But let's just pay it. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, because I was so mad. So I hit her up going off. And in a message where I hit her up going off, I said, I want to fight you. Like I said, I want to fight you, bitch. Pull up to my house, have my cousin bring you over here. Like, let's fight. I want to fight you right now. Like, I just want to fight you so bad. Like, I have a backyard, big space and opportunity. Let's fight. Because where my cousin lived at, it was like a crazy ass street. Was so much going on. Like, we probably get the police called on us. So I'm like, pull up, let's fight. So she said, LOL. This girl LOL'd me. I sent a paragraph, you sent me LOL. I'm hot now. I'm so mad. So I'm like, girl. So then I cuss her out some more. So now she like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't fuck with him. I don't even know that nigga. Now he's hitting me up, telling me he don't know her. What the fuck is wrong with me to think he would ever fuck with a dusty ass bitch like her? Like, she's not even his type. Oh, so you putting yourself on the same level as that bitch because that bitch is not my type, da. So she like, she don't know him. So I'm like, this not making no sense. Like, this not making no sense. There's no way my cousin would have known, like, what type of bed this nigga got. Like, she would not have known the nitty gritty of his room. Like, this shit does not make no sense. Talking about she spent the night, she him and it's good, and she and he got in her throat. So I'm like, my nigga came in your what? In her throat. So I'm like, no, she wouldn't have known this. She wouldn't have known this shit. So I'm like, nah. So I'm hitting him up like, bitch, stop playing with me. So I'm hitting him up like, what the fuck? Like, you a weird ass nigga. You knew the whole time. I'm like, how the fuck bitches know what type of room? Like, da. How the fuck bitches know? So he like, my homies was at my house the other day and they invited some bitches over and them dusty ass bitches just so happen to be them bitches, but I do not fuck with them, da. And I'm like, why would they be in your room? Why would she be in your room? So now I'm hitting her up too. At the same time, I'm hitting her up and I'm like, well, my cousin told me that you told her that you was my man and that he he put daycare in your throat and this, that, and I'm just telling her all this shit. So now she like laughing my ass off. Wow, she's so messy. I told that bitch not to say nothing, but yep, I fucked your nigga, so what? Oh! Y'all, so now My cousin calling me, Simone, why the fuck would you tell her that I told you? You could have told her you found out another way. I said, that bitch was saying she didn't know him. So I'm screaming in the phone. I'm like, she was denying it. He was denying it. So I'm like, nah. Now she said she fucked up. So I'm sending him the screenshots. That's the screenshots that I'm mad I can't find, y'all. If I could find them, then they'll be in here. But I was really searching. Like, I was supposed to record this video 2 hours ago. And I was really searching through emails, through Instagram DMs. I was searching for these DMs, y'all, through my Finsta. I was searching through, like, trying to, y'all don't understand. So now I'm sending him the screenshots of what she was saying to me. So I'm sending them to him, and he's like, what the fuck? I did not fuck that girl. Yeah, okay, let me stop. So anyway, so he like, what the fuck? I did not fuck her. Da da da. How the fuck would I nut in her throat if I used a condom? I would never fuck a hoe raw. So I'm like, you used that what? Y'all, now I'm hot. I was like, bitch, I don't want nothing to do with you. Da da da. You a weird ass nigga. Da da da. I'm going in. So he like, I'm just kidding, laughing myself. I'm outside. Come outside right now. So I'm like, nah. So I'm like, yeah, I do want to come outside though. But I'm like, nah, I'm not coming outside. You know, I'm faking like I ain't coming outside the whole time. I'm putting on my boots and shit, cause just in case I gotta kick a nigga in the head. I'm just like, oh, I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't condone domestic violence at all. So anyway, I'm like, I'm getting ready, but I'm telling him I ain't coming outside. He calling me. I'm like, bitch, stop calling my fucking phone. Beep. He calling back. Come outside, or I'm about to come in the house right now. Fuck you. Da da da. Beep. I'm hitting her up. Bitch, I don't want to fight you. It's just so much going on right now. And I'm hitting my cousin up, and I'm calling her back. Girl, but he calling me, and I'm like, girl, bring her to my house right now. Bring her to my motherfucking house. Come on to fight her. I'm about to beat her. I'm gonna come over to your house and start some shit. Girl, no, she's not even here right now. And I said, bitch, I will go on figure. Run that bitch over. I was really just screaming. She was like, you're gonna go to jail. My cousin really telling me I'm gonna go to jail if I go to that girl's workplace and run her over. And I'm just like, whose side is you on? Cause what? So I'm just hot. I'm like I'm just so mad. I'm really making these noises because I'm mad as fuck. So I finally go outside. I'm sweating, shaking, and I'm like, what? He like, get in the car. So I hop in the car, boom, you know, I hop in the car and we drive off. I'm like, where the fuck we going? Where we going? I said, you about to take me to go beat this bitch up? So he was like, nah, look, let me just tell you, let me explain. I didn't even fuck with that bitch. That bitch hit me up after Halloween. I don't know how she got my Instagram, but she hit me up. Well, you know what? I did go to school with her. Thought you didn't know her. He like, I didn't know that's who you was talking about when you said her name, because I know 2 of those girls by that name. I said, but you never mentioned that. So he like, yeah, but anyway, so I did go to school with her. He was like, she hit me up and she said she needed a place to lay her head at and da 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 da. She was gonna give me some money to do that, but like just to go to sleep. I said, nigga, why the fuck? Y'all, I know y'all thinking like, why'd you still deal with crazy after this? I don't know. So anyway, I'm just like, what? Like, this not making no sense to me. So then he would say stuff, and when he see me getting mad and all his face while he driving, he'd be like, I'm just kidding. That's not what happened. Okay, let me stop playing. And he would do this laugh. And he like, let me tell you what really happened. So this what really happened. And I'm like, so what the fuck really happened? He was like, so my homeboy was with me. Like I said, my homeboy was with me, and he told me like he got this little bitch that be doing this, and if I could take him to go pick her up, because you know my homie ain't got no car. So I'm like, okay. So he was like, so we pull up over there, and you know, we pull up, we pick her up, and she was by herself, and she had all these clothes with her like she just got put out somewhere. So I said, bro, I know you spend the night, but she cannot spend the night here. And he was like, bro, just one night. And I was just like, nigga, no. And he was like, bro, where we gonna go? Like, he really just telling me this story, but he was saying it so slow to where I'm just like, I'm socking my hand like, bro, speed it up, you know. So he just like, yeah. So anyway, they came back to my house, him and her, he messing with her. He said that this little bitch that he just getting money out of right now. I said, but she had no pimp. And he was like, yeah, no, he just this all just happened. He like, so she told me like, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, I would just sleep in the living room on the floor, da da da, like, you know, whatever. And he was like, my homeboy was like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep in there with her, it's all good. He said she had this bag of clothes. He's like, and I went to sleep. They came in my room to hotbox for a cool minute, because you know my moms be tripping, she don't be wanting everybody everybody just smoking all in the living room and stuff. So we was smoking in the room, and that's how she knew what my room looked like. He was like, but they slept on the floor in the living room early morning. I took her and bro back to his house. He's like, I could call bro right now. You know niggas be lying for niggas. He was like, but I said, so why would she say that she did this and that with you? He was like, because the bitch, when bro was in the shower, the bitch, and I said, wait, so why was he in the shower if he got his own home? You know, I'm asking all these questions. He was like, because the nigga clearly was her and didn't want to go back home like that, because you know he got a bitch. She wasn't getting dropped off to his house. She was gonna get dropped off somewhere else, and you know he couldn't go home to his girl, but he just, let me finish the story, Simone. So I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, so when bro was in the shower, she was telling me like, oh yeah, she want a nigga like me in her life. She want this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. And she asked me for my IG. He was like, and I gave it to her. I said, why would you give her your Instagram? And he was like, yeah. He was like, and she did mention she knew you, because I was like, you look familiar. And she was like, oh, I was with Simone that night, da 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 da, but she ain't getting no money for you. So I'm over here mad. So I'm like, He like, I could call him right now if you want me to. Like, I could call him and ask him. I could call him. I could call him right now. So I said, call him. Call him right now. Call him right now. So he like, all right, I'm going to call him. But let me finish the story. And I'm just like, oh. So we pull up to his house, right? So he like, no. So this is why you got to pay attention to the story. So we pull up to his house. So when we pull up to his driveway and he opened up the back gate, like we pull in the driveway, it's a gate in front, and then it's another gate to go to the backyard, right? To pull all the way to the back. He pulled in the back, and it was like some clothes on the floor. It was like a duffel bag and like some dingy ass clothes on the floor. He was like, now, remember when I told you they came? He said, the bitch left her shit here. And I told him, bro, yo, bitch is on some weird shit, da da da. She left this stuff. I didn't tell him until after we dropped her off. He was like, after we dropped her off and I dropped him off, it slipped my mind. And when I seen the bag of clothes, I told him like, oh, she left her clothes here, da da. He was like, so then I told him what she was trying to do. And he was like, man, fuck that bitch. I ain't fucking with her no more. Throw her shit out. He said, so that's what I did. I threw it out. That's why the clothes are right there on the floor, on the ground. And it was on the ground in the backyard. So I said, look, this not making no sense to me, because why the fuck the clothes ain't in the trash can or something? Why are they just thrown in your bag? Why would you just trash your house? Like, ooh, throw your clothes. Like, so I'm like, this not making no sense to me. So he's like, I'll call him right now. So then he called his homeboy. His lying ass homeboy, of course, is probably lying for him. I just didn't, but the story just didn't make sense. Like, y'all, even though the homeboy to the T telling me like, yeah, no, we picked the girl. Maybe y'all did some other shit with that girl, but I doubt the story went like that. Like, I really feel like you did something with this girl. So he like, why would I do something with the girl? And you know, she got like a weird smell to her. What is it? What is that smell? He laughing, like trying to laugh at me, like, what's that smell? I know you smelled it. She got like a weird smell to her. So I said, how was you that close to know that she smelled? Mind you, you could smell her from a mile away. But I'm like, how was you that close to her? He's like, she was in my car. And I'm just like, So I'm like, okay. So he was like, yeah, I could hit the bitch up right now on Instagram, because she added me on Instagram, accepted his friend request. He was like, I could hit her up right now and hit her up. And he was like, and I could, like, you know, I'll play it cool though. Like, I'll play it cool, but I could hit her up if you want me to, but I'll play it cool. So I'm like, why are you playing it cool? He's like, because so you can know. So he ended up hitting her up, and I'm mad because I had the screenshots. So this is where I was thinking like this some weird shit. But look, long story short, no, not even long story short, let me tell y'all. So he hit her up or whatever, and he was just saying like, oh, where you at, all this other stuff. So she was like, oh, you ready for me, LOL, da 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 da. Like, the conversation wasn't giving me to where I'm gonna think that your story is true, because what does she mean you ready for me? You told her you gonna be ready for her? Like, so I'm just like, what? So then he was asking her like, oh, like, how you know I get money and all this other shit. Why she said, my homegirl put me on to you. Guess who the homegirl was? My cousin. My cousin. She said my cousin was her homegirl that put her on to him. Because mind y'all, he's not cussing at her or nothing. And then that's when she was like, oh, and your bitch had the nerve to hit me up, LOL, but she can't get in between no money. Like, this is money. This is money. Da da da. So he's showing me, he was like, see, look, and who is that? Who is that girl? Who is that homegirl? So I'm like, send me that screenshot. So he sent it to me, so I sent it to my cousin. And now she like, what the fuck? I didn't never put that bitch on to him. Why the fuck would I put her on to your nigga? Da 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 da. She like, why the fuck would I put her on to your nigga? I ain't never did no shit like that. I would never do you like that. Da da da. So now she calling. She called. She like, hold on, I'm gonna call you right back. So she hang up. She called a girl. Then she called me back on three-way. And she like, hello. She like, Simone. I'm like, what? She like, Cheese. I was her name. She like, Cheese. She like, hello. What's so was like, bitch, where the fuck you at? Da, 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 da. And she like, bitch, I ain't never said I put you on there. She was like, bitch, you gotta get your shit. You cannot stay at my house no more. You're weird as fuck. Why would you say that? Why would you say I put him on? She's like, you didn't give me his Instagram. You didn't give me his Instagram. And I'm just thinking like, but mind y'all, the day she asked for his Instagram was already after the whole situation happened. So I'm like, it don't make no sense. No way, like, to say. But she probably did. Because she the type of person, y'all. She was the type of person that she would ask so many questions. And like I said, when I said her homegirl that was in the front seat that was drunk, it was like a little minor situation where she thought she could try me. But it was like, I don't know. It was weird. I'll tell that story later. But y'all, I'm just like, what? So I'm like, what? She's like, bitch, I never said that. You gotta get your shit and go. I don't give a fuck if you ain't got nowhere to go. You gotta go. You gotta get your shit and go. So I'm right here. I'm like, no, I want to fight this bitch. Like, come to my house. Like, come to my house. I'm like, oh, since you been in his house, pull up to his house because I'm right here right now. I'm right here right now. So she like crying to my cousin. She like, you know, I don't got nowhere to go. Don't do this. Don't put me out. You know I ain't got nowhere to go. Like, why would you do that? And I didn't even mean to. Like, Simone, I didn't even know that was your nigga. I said, bitch, you was just on his line telling him that I was hitting you up and then you ain't letting nothing get between the money. So I told him. So I'm over here. I'm next to him. And I'm right here. I put the phone on speaker. I said, you gonna fuck with me or you gonna fuck with her? And he like, what? What, cuz? What are you talking? I said, you gonna fuck with me? Are you gonna fuck with her? Like, I'm screaming. And I know them people hated me, y'all. But I hated them too, y'all. They started with me. So this is just still so early on. It's like, why are you putting me through this? And my birthday was coming up, y'all. At this point, my birthday like 7 days away. You stressing me out already? And my birthday's coming up. So I'm like, you gonna fuck with me or you gonna fuck with her? So he's like, man, I don't want to fuck with that bitch. That bitch already know what it is. Tell her she better hit up. I ain't gonna say the boy name. Tell her she better hit up blank, because I would never do my home like, that bitch is a weirdo, da da da, don't hit me up, your shit is outside. Like, no, hit up blah 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 and ask him for your shit. Like, man, stop, get up, hang up on them bitches, hang up on them bitches. Because she was like, really crazy? Really crazy? Like, she's saying that. She's like, really? And I'm just like, bitch, don't say my nigga name. And then this is my cousin like, no, this is too much. It's too messy for me. Like, girl, you gonna have to get your stuff. You got to go. You can't come back here. So I ended up hanging up on them, y'all. And I did not talk to my cousin for a while. Like, we fell out for like a cool minute because I'm like, I don't know what to believe. You probably did put this bitch on. And I was really telling people, like, I felt like she did tell him tell her to do that. And at first I was thinking like, that's so weird, like, because she used to always talk shit. Like, with enemies, she used to talk shit. She used to always bring up stuff and say weird stuff like, you think he cheating on you? You think that? It would always be negative shit. So I was really thinking like, I don't know what to believe. Like, the bitch probably, I don't know, like, it just didn't make no sense. And Crazy just told me so many different stories and then said he was just kidding, but then the last one said he wasn't. But then it didn't make no sense, even though the homie was vouching for him. And he, I don't know, I still just didn't know what to believe. My dumb ass still fucked with him, obviously, because that was the beginning to 2 years of bullshit. So yeah. Yeah, after that I didn't have no situation with that girl ever again. Like, I had deleted my request to follow her, y'all. I didn't even block her because I didn't block people. Like, I was the type of person, I want you to see everything that's going on in my life for some reason. I don't know why, but y'all, like, I didn't block her. Now I'm gonna block you. I ain't got time for the drama. But why still to this day, baby girl Instagram say follow back, still to this day. Why? And it was crazy because it was like some years later after that. I was just so curious because my cousin had fell out with her and they wasn't talking, but then they was cool again. And she had posted like, oh, I'm so happy for you. You changed your life around, da 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 da. And she had posted like I think she had a baby or something like that. And she had changed her life. She got a job and all this other stuff. She's like, I'm so happy for you. Like, I miss you, friend. You're getting on the better track. And I had clicked to like try to follow her. I don't know why. Like, I pushed follow. She had never accepted the request and I had just deleted it anyway. And then I was like, you know what? This bitch is weird. Like, you know, why would I send it? I didn't want to be her friend. I just was curious to see, well, I don't know. I just was curious to see her page. But anyway, that was it for the story, y'all. Had me. After that, I ain't never seen Cheese ever again. Never run into her because that, for the longest, I had so much anger in me. As long as I had so much anger in me, like back then, my relationship was just so horrible. Like, now I'm a peaceful person. I don't really, well, I'm not peaceful all the way around. I get irritated. I get annoyed with people. I cuss people out from time to time. But y'all, back there I had so much anger in me to where I held on to grudges and stuff. Like, now, dude, held on to a grudge for what? How's that affecting my life? So I used to always wish I ran into her. Like, I wanted to run into her so bad because I just wanted to fight her because I'm just like, damn bitch, you knew you was gonna fuck my nigga when you came and got my weave hair. You want to fuck my nigga in my old hair. What? You want to fuck my new nigga with my old hair in. Girl, I just was so annoyed, but it was just like, girl, what the fuck did I expect? That bitch was in everybody's fucking face, like everybody faced the first time we was out and about. So I don't know, but still, it was just some weird ass shit to me, because it's like, girl, I really was feeling for her. Like, even like that day at the barbecue, I didn't go too much into details because y'all can see this is a long ass story. But she was venting to me. I was talking to her like, if you ever need anybody to talk to, if you ever need this, like, I'm here for you, da da da. Because I'm like, I knew she didn't have the best upbringing, but bitch, that don't mean you go try to fuck my nigga. And I still think to this day he probably fucked her, because he said he didn't, but he would make jokes like, remember when you was pressed about a weird bitch and say her name? What was her name? Queso, Parmesan. What was her name? Cheese. Oh, it was Cheese. You know, he would say names that was similar to her name. He'd be like, it was Cheese. Oh, that shit was funny. You had me fucked up. Remember that? It was Smile. But he would give this smile that later on in life I realized when he lied, he would do that smile. So it made me think, damn. Yep. But yeah, I never had heard from her ever again. It was never no beef, never no nothing. So that's why I'm like, maybe if he was dealing with her, he probably did stop dealing with her. He was a weird type like that too. Like, it was so many girls. Oh my God, y'all. Like, it was this one girl, y'all. This one girl, when I went through his phone, and she had sent him a video of her playing with herself. And why this bitch used to be in my DM, like, we really went to school together, and we used to still be talking, like, in DMs and ask how each other was doing. And, oh, we should link one day. So when I went through his phone and seeing that, I was hot. And I texted the bitch and I said, it's me. I was really high. I'm like, bitch, you are. Where I hit her up from his phone, I text her back from his phone, and I had hit her up on Instagram DM like, excuse me, like, you know, it used to just be so much weird shit. But he was the type, like, it was never a girl that he really liked, like, because it would be a girl, like, say for instance, like, this man used to cheat on me like crazy, and I don't know why I would still deal with him, y'all. But at some point I was doing me too. I don't know, it was weird. And then at one point he didn't let me leave him alone. Y'all know how it be. If you ever been in a situation, don't say, I don't understand, because I would have just left. Until somebody is threatening your life. It is a different ball game. Ooh. But anyway, y'all, so let me finish this rant and then I'm going to end this story, because I'm sorry, I talk too much. But yeah, like, it would be so much shit. Like, it would be different girls, but it would be never a girl that he just stuck with. Like, it's like, if I find out about it, he would just be like, oh, okay, well, that's done with that one. And then be cool, and then next you know you'll find out about somebody else, and then he'll be done with them. The only person he used to stick with was Bimbo. And I guess Bimbo was there before me, so in her eyes she probably felt the same thing and probably was like, damn, the only bitch he stick with is Simone. What's going on? That was the only person I really had just continued. Well, his baby mama, I used to have drama with her, but that's different. They got a kid together, so they bonded for life. But Bimbo and him didn't have no kid, and that's the only person who would be like, same person. Oh my God. Y'all, anyway, that was it for this story. I'm sorry I talk too much. Don't know how long this story is because my camera, like I said, don't be telling me. But yeah, that's the end for this story. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because we're on the way to 150K. And yeah, I'm gonna be back with some more stories for y'all, because when I was going through my DM and emails, y'all, I was reminiscing, and I got a lot to tell y'all. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys.